Do not come in my room if you have hair showing because I will take it off. I'll ask you first, okay? I'm not
No,
gonna
she
say, well,
doesn't.
yeah,
That's a
I will
lie.
ask. If you're not my family, I will ask.
So don't let the word peel scare you because it
We
is
have
not
some
scary.
that you don't actually
Right.
peel with.
Yes.
And then the more you build, the better your skin reacts to it, so you don't peel off.
She does.
I want my skin to flake off.
Hi guys, this is AA Skin Babes Unfiltered. I'm Lena, licensed esthetician, and I have Heather, who is a nurse injector, and Kristin, who is a licensed esthetician here with me. Now, I'm going to start with Heather. How did you get into injectables?
Well, I was a critical care nurse, specialized in cardiology my whole nursing career. And Kristin and I live in the same area. Our kids go to the same school. And she approached me and stated that she was opening a med spa, was looking for a nurse injector, and wanted to know if I was interested or anyone that I knew was interested. And so I just kind of went down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out, laws and regulations and trainings and all
It was
of
like,
the things.
2 weeks after I talked to you and you came to me, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm an injector now.
Yeah.
And
so
Is it that easy to get licensed? After
No.
you're
unfortunately, it is easy to get certified. I mean, you have to be an RN or higher, hold a higher degree. But to get certified, it's really not that hard, which is unfortunate. I feel like it should be harder. But I chose
because in the state of Missouri, you have to be
an
a
RN or
registered
higher.
nurse.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did my certification, just like a weekend course in St. Louis, but then just kind of felt like it just, was surface level and did not feel comfortable just jumping out and doing it. So then I decided to take other courses and classes on my own until I really got more comfortable. But yeah, it was
yeah, and
all
you started out by just doing Botox
just Botox.
and injections.
And
And
I
then once you
wasn't-
got really good at that,
Yeah.
then you went on. But you're always getting continuing education.
Yes. And
That's a big part in all of our fields.
I agree.
Because we
Yeah.
don't learn anything in school. Like,
No.
you have to go out and find your own.
Well, and it
like,
was the
learn
same
on
in
your own.
nursing school too. I feel like they teach you just a little bit about a lot, and then it just
Mhm.
depends on what you specialize in or what area you work in is where you're really going to learn. And this was the same. They just kind of touch on
Yeah, and
complications and anatomy, things like that, and then you just kind of have
Don't
to.
you think it's kind of scary that other states, like, estheticians can be
Yes,
injectors?
like in Texas,
yeah.
That is nuts.
have no nursing background, no
They're literally
emergency protocol.
injecting shit into you. Like,
Yeah.
don't you
There's-
think you wanted a nurse at the minimum?
Well, and not to mention the things that can happen. I mean, just the adverse reactions, occlusions. People have passed out before they vasovagal, and I mean, I've
the
had
knowledge
multiple.
you learn as a nurse on disinfecting.
Yes, sterile technique. I'm a freak about my
Alone?
sterile technique.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. But I think that Heather and I were older.
Yeah,
My kids were all in school. I'd had another career. I mean, let's just date me. I was getting my 40s.
yeah.
And then, Heather, you were older too. So we'd been out there working. And
Well,
so
and
we
I
already had the
was-
work ethic behind it.
Right. Yeah.
Except I was working in, a more utility field.
Yeah.
And so we already had that behind us.
Okay, well, before we get into that, let's finish up Heather's, and then we'll get your whole backstory of how you became an what even drove you to be an esthetician after you were working at a power plant?
Yeah.
Power and light, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. Is there anything else we need to touch on?
Well, I just, I worked the hospital and started doing
Mhm.
this and did both jobs for 3 years, probably
Mhm.
working 6 to 7 days a week. Was a single mom with 2 teenage girls, and it was not easy. But I mean, it's just kind of the hustle that you have to do to get where you want to be. So here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll go to Kristin, who is a licensed esthetician, and before she was an esthetician, she was working at a freaking power plant. So what drove you to the beauty industry?
Well, I think part of that is, I have 6 kids, and Lena is second to the oldest. She's
I forgot to tell you guys, she's my mom.
Surprise.
yeah. So that right there is what drove me crazy.
Uh-huh.
But it was just back then, eyelash extensions had just started to happen, but not everybody could get eyelash extensions. It was not an everyday thing. And so I like to do intricate work. And I got tired of working swing shifts and everything else at the power plant. And so, and then I had an injury, and I'm like, I just want to go and I want to be pretty. I'm tired of wearing hard hats and steel-toed boots. I want to be pretty. And so I talked to my husband, and at that time, the 6 kids, I think all of them were in school. And I just went back to school during the day. I went to school during the day. I worked after I got done, at school for 8 hours and to learn how to do eyelash extensions. But then once I got into aesthetic school, I learned that I really loved skin. And I didn't like just to do foo-foo facials. I wanted to correct things and do corrective. And then I still loved eyelash extensions because it was intricate work. And so to this day, I still focus on eyelash extensions. I do a lot of them. But I also do laser work, medical grade peels, things that are going to change the structures of someone's skin and reverse the signs of aging.
True.
And we always try everything out on ourselves first.
Yep.
So when you come in and you see us peeling and red, and that's what we're doing.
Yep. Stabbing my own face with Botox.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we
And
do
what
some
about
crazy
you, Lena? How did you get into all this?
I actually never thought this industry would be what I would do. Mom has been.
I did not either. No,
Well,
ate
she's
dirt
been trying
in the
to get
horse
me to
arena.
go into it
Yeah.
since I dropped out of college. I played volleyball in college, dropped out of college. I thought I was gonna make a living training horses. I ride barrel horses, so I thought I was gonna make a living training horses. Well, there's no money in horses. So I started out I was gonna do massage therapy. I don't quite remember why I did not finish that. I just know I didn't. And then I went to aesthetics, and I learned I love facials. I love making people feel pretty. And then, but my one stipulation when I went into aesthetics was I will not wax. I don't want to do waxing. Well, I took a course, learned how to wax correctly, and now I absolutely love waxing. And that's what I specialize in over most of the facials. I still do facials, love facials, very love skincare. But
But you're a really good waxer.
I'm a waxer at heart, and I love it.
I think the thing is that she did not go the traditional route when I went to go to school, because I was an apprentice trainer for the state of Missouri. I was able to apprentice her. And so instead of doing the regular, I think it's 1,100 hours, she did around 1,800 hands-on hours in the treatment room working with people. And I tried to get her to wax her brows and to just wax something, and she wouldn't do it. She was afraid to pull. And so we brought in a special trainer.
Shout out to Cheryl Harvey,
who is amazing.
She's wonderful.
She's the gold star esthetician trainer or aesthetics trainer. And she spent, a day with Lena.
I mean, we literally spent 5 hours. She taught me how to not feel so messy and so out of control with my wax. She taught me wax. She taught me all of it, and now I love it.
But your confidence just after that one day with her was night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day. So I'm really proud of you for that.
And now she waxes everything. Nobody bends over at the shop because she'll wax them.
Do not come in my room if you have hair showing, because I will take it off.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll ask you first, okay? I'm not.
No, she doesn't. That's a lie.
I will ask if you're not my family. I will ask, but I'm gonna talk you into it.
Yeah. And then she shows everybody her little strips, and she's got a TikTok, whatever.
A TikTok
channel.
And this is where I say, Kristin, you're so pretty.
Thank goodness I'm pretty.
That's right.
Don't got much more going for me, but and she does videos on her waxing, and she's just amazing at the videos, which we can do kind of a shout out for our AA Skin Babes page on Facebook and Instagram. The girls are my estheticians. Do uncensored and unfiltered videos there, just kind of showing everybody the behind the scenes stuff that we do, and we just have fun.
Yeah.
We love our jobs, and we just have a lot of fun doing it. And Lena loves waxing people. She's a little sadistic. She likes
Okay,
to
that's not fair. No.
she likes to pull people's hair out. I
It's-
put it in their eyelashes, and then she rips it out of other places on your body.
Yes. Okay, so not we, I don't own it, you own it, are from the same med spa. We all work at the same med spa,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Amazingly Ageless Med Spa in Harrisonville, Missouri. And we offer quite
We have
an
a
array.
lot of modalities.
I mean, we
have-
say like you could get
yeah.
anything done in our small town that you could get done in the big city for usually a fraction of the cost.
Mhm.
So with that, we have, we do lasers, IPL, eyelashes, waxing, Botox, fillers. Relaxing facials, chemical
Sweet.
peels, all of it.
All the
Massage, deep tissue, sweet. Like we have so much. Okay, but out of all of our things that we have, this is Heather, what is your favorite treatment you offer, like that you like to offer?
I mean, I love it all, but I will say that I feel kind of like mid-face cheek filler is probably my favorite just because it's instant gratification, which everybody loves, but it's such a big change to the client, but not to the outside world. So it's, me as an injector, I'm very much a natural look injector. If you're wanting something bold and unnatural, I'm probably not your injector because
Is there any clients you say no to?
Yes, there is.
Like, do you tell them
Yeah.
you've had enough? Like, I'm not going to inject.
There
anymore.
are a few clients that I have to put on probation. Like, and I will say, I will not touch your lips for 6 months. And if you go somewhere else, I will be able to tell.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to come behind them because I don't know what they used. I don't know if the two fillers are going to play well together.
Mhm.
So, I just my eye doesn't go that way. It's
Well, see, I think
just
that's
a
really
more-
important in
yeah.
an injector.
Yeah.
Like, can you please be honest with me? Tell me, am I
Right.
having injector blindness? Like,
Yes.
am I
Because
am I
body-
doing too much?
Right. And body dysmorphia is a true thing.
Mhm.
It
I
is.
mean, it's a true condition. And it's not like the person sets out to probably be that way, but then they just want more and more and more. And then before you know it, it's just like, okay, we're going to pump the brakes a little bit here because this
Yeah.
is getting a little
Botched is a
carried
real
away.
thing.
Yes,
The
it
TV
is.
show.
Yes, it is.
there's times that, Heather, that I have to talk to Heather's clients and say, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah.
We can't get, you physically cannot get those results. You cannot
Right.
look like that actress or whatever. So
Right.
let's just make you look as natural as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. And we're never going to be 100%. We're never going to go back, to our 20s when we're, 40, 50,
and who
60.
would want to? Do you know the stupid stuff
Yeah.
we did
Oh
in our
my
20s? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you look the way you do.
Yeah.
At
Let's
least she's
not
pretty.
go there. I'm pretty.
Okay, but with that, so mid cheek filler
Yeah,
is
I would
your
say
favorite.
mid-face cheek filler.
What is your favorite? What would you, if you have a client come in? It's fall. It's coming fall, or Christmas.
Uh-huh.
It's going into this season here. What is the one treatment you're like, this is my favorite to do at this time of the year?
Oh, I would say this time of year would probably be coupling the toxin peel.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too.
Yeah.
That the tox booster
Yeah.
treatments, I love. Whether it's we've got the
The VI peel.
the VI peel, Perfect Derma peel,
Mhm.
Skin Better 50 peel. Whether you want to actually peel melasma, whatever, off, or you want to just a regenerative peel,
Yeah,
it matches up with the Botox and Xeomin perfectly.
it does. Yeah, no, it really does. I feel like it enhances the Botox and Xeomin, which we can get into the difference of
Yeah.
all of the products
Yeah.
at another time or later on. But I do. I feel like it just enhances it.
Mhm.
The peel, you're just kind of stripping that outer dead layer
Okay,
of
this is why we
skin.
call fall and winter peel season.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be out in the sun, have crazy sunlight exposure. You will
Yeah.
because you will be very sensitive to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you're just starting
Mhm.
over with this
Yeah.
fresh glow, and it's
And I know that when
amazing.
Heather and I, we're kind of mixing some of the different peels and Botox. And so I had a peel and a Botox done about, 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And that entire week afterwards, my clients kept saying, what did you do?
Mhm.
Your skin looks so good. It's glowing.
To be
And
fair,
I just wanted to say, Botox.
don't let this woman tell you that some treatments don't hurt because her skin can't feel anything right now. She is not
I
afraid.
do.
She is not afraid to burn the whole top layer off.
I will come
Week by
into her
week.
room sometimes and she's got the laser and she's
I
just
know.
zapping away. And I'm like, did you numb
Or she is
yourself
not terrified
first?
to microneedle to where she
No.
bleeds. Like, it's like,
No.
I mean, it helps. But at the same time, like, I have so many clients that's like, I want her skin. It's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, well, you cannot be afraid to laser, peel, microneedle. Like, that whole layer's coming off. You're going to be red. You're going to be downtime. I mean,
But that's what happens. It's like people have to
they're scared of
understand.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
scared of it, but
yeah.
it takes multiple treatments to get your skin.
She does it a
just
little bit
does.
too
Well,
close to each treatment
if
sometimes.
you go back and
but-
look at, I never took pictures of myself in my 30s because my skin was so bad.
Yeah.
I had acne. I had horrible melasma.
Mhm.
And so when I started this journey, I knew it was going to be a journey. And, you just have to know the downtime and you have to know your limitations.
Yeah.
And
And what your goal is.
and what my
too,
goal
right?
is. And
Yeah.
I don't have plastic surgery.
Yep.
I don't have fillers.
Yep.
I probably need fillers, but I don't. I have my eyebrows tattooed on by Miss Laura, who's amazing.
Yes, she is.
But it's just in and day out care.
Yep.
Regular facials. I do laser microneedling kind of a couple times a year, but
Mhm.
and Lena is not allowed to say how old I am, but I am older than
Honestly, I
half
don't
a
even
century.
really know how old. Okay,
Oh.
I don't keep up. Well, who keeps track? I know she's over
She's
halfway. Yeah,
old
she's
enough
over
to know
50.
better.
But she doesn't look it. At least she's
No.
pretty.
She is pretty.
I'm not
Okay.
smart, but I'm pretty.
So we'll go back to Kristin.
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't call me ma'am. You're my mother. So going back to what is your favorite treatment to do on yourself that you think makes the most impact to you? And we'll just start there, okay? We can't ask you too many questions. You are blonde.
I am. And
It's
I
okay.
own
I'm
it,
not a
man.
natural
I
brunette.
own the blonde. I think just hydrofacials.
Yeah.
Those are your favorite? I figured it'd be something with the laser machine would be
I
your
like
favorite.
hydrofacials, but during this time of the year, I know that, all the Christmas stuff coming up, all the different events, is the Tox Booster.
Yeah.
I'm going to do hydrofacials the rest of the year. I'm going to do lasers twice a year, and then I'm going to Tox Boost. Do a series of, I'm going to start out with the Tox Booster, and then I'm going to do 2 more peels after that.
Yeah.
And
I say it's not just peel. Like this time of year is peel series. Like
Yes.
come in for a peel, great. We got the first step there. But we need to do a peel series 3 to 4 weeks apart to get the most of what you're wanting.
I think maybe we need to explain what a peel is because I know that I have a lot
Well,
of clients that come in and they're like, they think the peel is going to be like your medical grade peels where your face is just like fried off. And it's not. There's different levels of peel.
definitely different.
And what it does, it has different types of acids that we use, and they're safe acids, but they go in and they break down the skin, and they break down those the little binders that hold the skin together, the dead skin, and it lifts it off. And so that way we don't end up getting leathery. We are able to go ahead and remove that dead skin so that your skin shines, so that you don't have as many wrinkles, and it stimulates that collagen production.
I say
So
it is
don't
good to
let the
tell 'em.
word peel
Mhm.
scare you because it
We
is
have
not
some
scary.
that you don't actually
Right.
peel with.
Yes.
And then the more you build, the better your skin
Like
reacts to
I
it, so you
want to
don't peel off.
She does.
I want my skin to flake off. I want to
And
know.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
I want the
If I'm going to do a
glow.
peel, I want to look like a snake for about a week, and then I want to go to my kids' basketball games and walk around and have your brothers tell me, "Mom, leave. You're starting to scare little
Yeah,
children."
no, I don't like to peel. I will do the skin better
Yeah.
every 3 weeks. You still get great results, even though you're not physically peeling.
But I think like you kind of need to peel a little bit
Mhm.
more the older you are.
Because that's where
It's
this.
just
and
that
especially if you
outer
haven't
dead
been doing
layer.
it, and if you haven't been
Right.
doing skincare
Mhm.
all your life, and all of a sudden you're 50 years old and I want to do skincare, yeah, we need to take that off.
Because imagine just that outer dead layer of skin
Mhm.
that all the product that you use can't actually penetrate beyond the surface
Mhm.
because it's just got that dead gunk there.
And think of your skin as having different levels to it, because our skin has lots of different layers. The very bottom layer is going to be your active layer, where all of your cells are reproducing themselves, but they also die. And so you're looking at anywhere between 24 to 56 days as the life cycle of a cell, and as it dies, it rises to the surface. And Heather and I are young enough to remember the Saturday morning cartoons, the school bus and what was it? And
The magic school bus.
They were walking down the street and the skin cells were just flying off. Well, that's real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what's going on. Our skin cells are constantly regenerating themselves.
Yeah.
And so as that dead skin rises to the surface, then it starts to bind. And because our biology wants us to have a protective layer on the outside of our skin. And so it starts to bind and it starts to become leathery. And that protects us from UV, from weather, from everything else. And so in order to prevent our skin from doing that, we have to remove those dead skin cells. And so that's what we are saying when our cell turnover, when we're talking about that. And so that's why we need the peels. Otherwise, it's just going to build up. And as that layer builds up, so do the wrinkles. They get deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we have Heather on this podcast, on this episode, what is some of your most asked questions from your clients about Botox or fillers?
I would say the number one question is just what the difference is between Botox and fillers. Like, I can remember Kristin and I did a career day at our kids' high school one time, and I said, "Does anybody know the difference of Botox and filler?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, Botox, it makes your lips really big."
Yeah.
And it's like that's just the misconception, right? So basically, the difference is Botox or Xeomin are neurotoxins. They are helping with wrinkles. So they are temporarily paralyzing the muscle so that this outer skin can smooth over, whereas fillers are adding volume. So in an area like your cheeks or your lips, an area that's losing volume over time, you're restoring volume, so making it bigger. So that's probably my biggest question.
Okay. On that, with filler, I think I've heard this a couple of times from clients asking if I know anything about filler. I don't.
Okay.
So I would always send to you, but they're like, will my skin stretch out using filler?
So the thing about it is I'm sure, yeah, if you were to put so much in there and the skin stretch back or stretch out and then come back down, maybe probably yes. But the thing about it is, especially with the softer hyaluronic-based fillers that you would put like in your lips or your smile folds, it's hyaluronic acid. It's in our bodies already, adding moisture. And even cheek filler, that's more of like a calcium base. It's dissipating so slowly over time that, and again, one syringe of filler is about the consistency of a blueberry. So it's really not that much.
Well, and that's also why you need to have an injector.
Yes.
Who will be like, that is too much.
Right.
Or that is great. Because otherwise you could put way too much and potentially ruin the skin too.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think
There's
one of the
migration.
questions that my clients have to you, because we pass clients between us to try to achieve, is how much Botox, because on your sheet it says Botox is a certain price, but that is per unit. So what's a unit and how many do you need?
So everybody's different, and there's different areas that you would treat, in between the brows, the forehead, the crow's feet. You can do lip flips. You can do smile lifts. You can, kind of the down pull of the lower face. You can treat these platysmal bands in the neck. Every area is different. I would say typically, depending on how, 2 to 3 areas if someone was going to treat, it's going to be somewhere between 30 to 60 units. That's about the average. And then again, Botox and Xeomin are both neurotoxins. Basically, the difference of the two is they've spun Botox down and pulled out the live proteins and preservatives that you don't really need, and you can actually grow resistance to that over time. But with Xeomin, you're just getting a pure neurotoxin.
So do you offer both Botox?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you like the best?
I would say Xeomin, and I would say probably 98% of my clients would agree with that
And it's
get
cheaper.
that. And it's cheaper. So they have a
Is there a
great
difference
rewards
in how they
program.
work? Like
Mm-mm.
how fast they
It's
work?
the same onset, the same duration, the same amount of units. Everything is the same. Just occasionally, like any medication. I mean, it is a medication. It's a
Mhm.
prescription drug. But if it were a blood pressure medication or cholesterol medication, there's different forms of it. And someone may respond better to one version of it than another. But I would say for the most part, everybody gets Xeomin and loves it just the same.
Where do you
So.
inject most? Because I know.
I would say forehead. So in between the brows and the forehead would be the top places. And you can't inject the forehead without injecting in between the brows, but you could inject in between the brows and not the forehead. It's just if you were to inject just the forehead and not do in between the brows, it would just weigh down and just make that glabellar muscle right there kind of protrude. Your eyes be really heavy. So you need some lift and some balance with all of that. So
Yeah, I remember whenever I started getting some Botox.
Kristin had eyebrows up to here.
She
she looked
has
surprised
my eyebrows
and
crazy.
scared all the time.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
you just really got a lot of lift out of it.
I do. My it's because I have such a wide, big forehead.
Yeah.
But it was always funny because her little brothers, they would be like, "Mom must have gotten Botox because we can't tell if she's mad at us."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh yeah, when
Which
that
isn't a
flip
bad
flop
thing.
flies across the floor and bings you all three in the head at the same time, yeah."
I don't think we can say that
Oh, okay.
in today's time. I don't
Oh.
think you can say that. They're going to be questioning stuff.
You can't throw a flip. You can't beat your kid with a flip flop anymore.
Apparently
No.
not.
What else do you use
Wooden
those things for? They're ugly.
I used to have to go pick my own switch. Like, Mom
Uh-huh.
gave us and made us go out and cut our own switch.
Oh,
And she's a lot nicer now.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
those
she's a
grandkids.
grandma now.
Yeah.
She needs to do that to her grandkids. One of them
No.
is mine, so I can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's ornery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
He's the one
true.
that gave me the lip.
Yeah.
So if you hear him saying that I have a lip booger, it's because her son headbutted me.
Okay, well,
But he's
I
only 1.5,
think-
so he's okay. He's still cute.
I think we need. Well, do we have one more question for Heather while we have her here on the podcast? Because I think I got all mine out.
When you're talking about syringes with filler,
Mm-hmm.
what would the typical face or cheek filler? How many syringes for your typical? And also, how many syringes for lip filler? Lip filler is huge.
Yes.
Everybody has lip filler, and it looks amazing.
I would say a majority of people start with just a half a syringe in the lips. And the way I inject in the lips, I'm really superficial. So a little bit goes a long way. Sometimes I like to start that way because they're already so nervous and they swell right
Mhm.
away. So, but then a lot of them end up coming back wanting another half of a syringe. So lip filler, you can do a half to a full syringe and then just build to it if you want. Typically, people will get it done every 6 months or so. It lasts typically about 6 to 9 months. And for cheeks, it's a little different. So, like, I personally have probably about 2.5 syringes total in my
Mhm.
cheeks just because I don't have good, strong, prominent, high cheekbones. But if someone did, then it could just be, anywhere from putting a half of a syringe on each side to maybe 2 syringes per side, just depending on the person.
And
So-
I have another question.
Yes.
With it being with it being the holiday season,
Yes.
and I think this kind of a little backstory. A couple of years ago, I had a gentleman come in. It was Christmas Eve, and he bragged about how his wife loved her Botox, and he wanted to buy her some Botox for Christmas. And he bought her a $25 gift certificate. I didn't say anything, thank goodness. And then I went and talked to Heather, and I'm like, okay. And apparently, this client, she paid cash, and she told her husband she loved her Botox, and it cost $25.
Bless her heart.
Well, we
So,
can't tell them what we
for,
spend.
well,
That's okay.
For those husbands, how much of a gift certificate money to put on a gift certificate do you give your wife for injectables for Christmas?
I mean, obviously, any amount she would appreciate, but I would say at minimum, $250 to $300 is going to be base.
Okay.
And that's just
So guys,
probably-
$400. Give her a gift certificate for $400
If your
for
wife is
Botox.
telling you her Botox are $25, she's lying.
I know.
Yeah,
But skincare is expensive.
And it's I have to keep secrets when it comes to that.
Well, I
'cause-
mean, I
Well,
do.
secrets out.
Yeah.
We done told.
But if you want to give her a $100 gift certificate, she can apply it towards
Yes,
her Botox.
absolutely.
And something else real quick is gift certificates wise, if you're going to buy gift certificates for your wife or your husband, Heather has her own gift certificate. So contact her for the Christmas to get her gift certificates. The med spas treatments would be all your everything in our pamphlet, your facials, your massages, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
They don't cross.
Right. We're just separate gift
We're-
cards.
Yep,
But I
separate
will
gift
say
cards.
that on my way here today, my filler rep texted me and said that if I want to do a cheek filler special in December, that he will help me out with that. So in
Ooh.
December,
So
it
keep
will
your
be
eyes peeled for what
Yes.
Heather's going to be offering in
A
December.
heck of a deal.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that is all the time we have for today. So you can follow Heather on Facebook.
Yep, it's under Midwest Aesthetics Injections by Heather.
And then you can also find her phone number on our website,
Amazingly Ageless.
amazinglyagelessmedspa.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Amazingly Ageless. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, not TikTok or Twitter yet, but you can get us on Instagram and Facebook.
And join our AA Skin Babes page
Yes.
because that's where we have a lot of fun. There's only so much that I will allow posted on our main page that, could possibly be offensive. But on AA Skin Babes page, I just turn the girls loose and I try not to look at it.
All right. Well, thank you, Heather, for being
Thank you,
here.
guys.
And
Thank
we will
you.
see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.